They created a WhatsApp group where rule was to communicate only and only in English. He actually murdered English. You know what I mean? I am got up tomorrow. Get together of students, I went there. I found two of my students, a boy and girl, sitting in the corner and drinking tea. I've been teaching IELTS for 15 years, and then someone told me about PTE, another test. In order to learn and improve your English, it's a very good idea that you convert your communication language from Urdu to English. Very recently, 4 students of mine, they appear in IELTS, as I originally teach IELTS. IELTS is International English Language Testing System. This is the course for those who go abroad for higher studies or immigration. 4 students appear in IELTS and they got very good score. And even their score surprised me as well. And then I invited them for an interview, and they said they created a WhatsApp group of 4 friends where rule was to communicate only and only in English. Voice message in English, text message in English, everything in English. And the rule was that everybody will send at least 20 to 30 messages a day. Whether text or voice, at least 20 to 30 messages a day. That was one thing. And then they had a group call as well. And the rule in the group call was also to speak English. And just yesterday they told me they were actually breaking the legs of English, right? One of them, he actually murdered English. You know what I mean? I am got up tomorrow. Okay, something like that. He murdered English. And at the same time, there was the input of good English. They listened to English, standard English, and they read English. And the result of that, after 1 month, that they were able to get good score. In IELTS, there is total 9 score. And 2 of them got 7 band in speaking. And for me, it was really you. You know, teachers sometimes, not sometimes, mostly they are skeptical or doubtful about their students. Once upon a time, my own teacher came to my class. See that? And he did not recognize me, because teachers do not recognize the students. Students can identify their teachers. He came to my class and he was taking information for IELTS. I gave him all the information and he was calling me sir. And I was like, he's my science teacher. He used to teach me in class 8 mathematics and I was his student. But I posed like, okay, do you want to know anything? He said, no, sir, thank you so much. As he left, I said, excuse me, please sit down. Can you listen to me for a minute? He said, yes, sir. I said, excuse me, don't call me sir. I am your student. And he was like, really? You're my student? How? Then I told him about the school where he taught me and all that. And then that teacher of mine said, उस स्कूल में, उस क्लास में तो सारी काली भेड़ें थी. तुम कहाँ से निकल आए? So I said, मैं सबसे काली भेड़ मैं ही थी. So you never know, like the black sheep will turn into white sheep and all that. So teachers are always skeptical about their students. So coming back to the point, if you want to learn English, your communication should be in English. It's not you are typing a message on WhatsApp. क्या कर रहे हो? KYA क्या KAR कर RAHAY रहे HO हो, right? And don't choose short English. How are you? HRU. Happy birthday. HBD. Okay? This is how you spoil your language. You know, communication is what we do every day. And it's not verbal all the time. Sometimes it's verbal, but otherwise it's just like, you know, silent communication. You don't talk, right? You see, sometimes you read a message, you smile, right? And again, you reply, and then this happens, right? This happens. Sometimes you smile, but you don't tell others why you're smiling. We can't tell. Okay? So the reason is unknown and all that. Okay, so your communication has to be in English. For example, you comment on Facebook, you comment somewhere on YouTube, you're talking to somebody, chatting with somebody in English, and you should find a friend. Find a friend or become a friend who can speak English with you, right? Now, don't take me wrong, please. Don't take me, sir has said, now I'm looking for a friend. I'll go to girls' college. I'll go to university. I need a friend who can. Once upon a time, what happened? I used to teach English in a different ways. Once I took all my English students, I used to teach there in YMCA, Mall Road, and there was McDonald's. So I came up with this good idea that my students should speak English over a cup of tea. I asked at that time, a cup of tea in McDonald's for 20 rupees only. I said, okay, everybody will bring 20 rupees. You will buy your own tea. We will sit down and we will speak English. All the boys, girls, we went there and we had a very good session. McDonald's was full and all that. It was my habit to go to McDonald's after the class to drink coffee. So after that get together of students, I went there. I found two of my students, a boy and girl, sitting in the corner and drinking tea. I realized I showed them the way and now they are enjoying themselves, okay? So please don't take me wrong, right? You need to find a person. Like for example, if you are in engineering university, Punjab University, sometimes there are some foreigners, right? And those foreigners who are from other country, their own English is pathetic, okay? So there you can practice your English, but at least there should be someone with whom you speak English. I tell you, I teach English, I speak English, but at home I speak English with my daughter, right? I speak Urdu with my wife, otherwise she will not accept me. I speak Punjabi, sometimes Punjabi, otherwise Urdu with my mother. With my son, I used to speak English, but now I speak Urdu with him. With my daughter, I speak English. So I have someone with whom I can communicate, I can listen to some standard English and all that. So you need to find someone like that, okay? Right? Now don't take me wrong, I'm again telling you. So these things are important. When you change the language of your communication, what will happen? You will be more comfortable with English. And this level of comfort is very important. We are only comfortable in English with one sentence. No, two sentences. I miss you and I love my mother, yeah. So these two sentences, we are very comfortable, okay? Even uneducated person will say, I love you and all that, okay? So we are very comfortable, but you have to find comfort with other sentences as well, right? So English is a language which can express your feelings. And by the way, if you ever listen to English poetry, English music, you will realize, yes, they express the feelings as well. So once you find the expression of your feelings with English, English will be yours, right? Will you do that? Yes. And the reward will be stunning, I'm telling you. Reward after learning English, if you become a fluent speaker of English language, reward will be stunning. I can't tell you everything about me, but Alhamdulillah, I'm enjoying a lot, everything. And blessings of God, prayers of my mother, and then the credit goes to my skill of communicating in English language. If I didn't know English, I would never enjoy what I'm enjoying now. Okay, so you never know. It's not education. It's education plus one skill that clicks. Right? Now, mashallah, some of you are doing engineering, this, that, all that. Do it. This is important. This is compulsory. Along with that, when you attach the magnet of English, then you can go anywhere. Okay? So will you do it? Yeah, and then after 5 years, after 10 years, you will see me somewhere, then you will comment, you'll say, sir, in 2023, I was your student in Qasim Ali Shah Foundation. I'll say, okay, really, 2023, long time ago. Now it's 2050. Okay, or anything like that. So, I mean, my students, they call me and they say, sir, in 2001, I was your student. Okay, then I say, okay, don't guess my age from this sentence, right? So this is going to happen with you as well. Inshallah, it will happen with you, right? So be positive about your present. Do your best, and whenever you are given an opportunity to learn anything, to add anything to your curriculum, you should do that. Because new learning is very important. I learned recently one more thing. I mean, my own things were quite boring and all that for me. And then I was thinking what to learn new. I've been teaching IELTS for 15 years, and then someone told me about PTE, another test, Pearson Test of English. And first I was reluctant. You know, we have negative effects towards change and all that. But then I started studying it. And then I realized this PTE is very easy. It's easier than IELTS and all that. So you should learn new things. I mean, now on my menu, I have English language, I have IELTS, I have PTE, I have French language, I have Spanish language. I can teach Urdu to foreigners. I can teach communication skills. So if you have a variety of menu, when you go to the restaurant, you see the menu is very big. You go to the restaurant, you ask, what's the menu? Dal chawal. Single menu, okay? So some people, they have their dal chawal very famous, yeah? So you should have a good menu. Good menu means on your career menu, there should be a good content list that you can do this, you can do that, and all that, right? Okay, so English will be the key. And again, the last point before we finish. If you communicate in English, you are going to become a global. For example, whoever you want to become, what do you want to become? CSP officer, a global CSP officer who is telling people all over the world what to do, who is commenting on countries' policies and all that. What do you want to become? Bank manager, a global bank manager who is giving talks about management of bank and how to do things and all that. And then you're talking about international banks and they are inviting you. We have the Tajziya Kar here. She will tell us about World Bank. Oh, I'll tell you. Got the point? Yeah, not just bank manager of a small branch and that's it. Okay, so don't run out of this life on a very small scale. मतलब ये simple thing, जिंदगी में कभी भी किसी छोटी सी चीज़ पे सेटल नहीं होना. You need to look for more and more and more. जितना ऊपर भी चले जाए ना, उससे ऊपर भी जगह होती है. कभी भी ऐसा नहीं है कि आप ऊपर आपका सर दीवार के साथ लग रहा हो. नहीं, आप होंगे खला में ही, उससे ऊपर भी जा सकते हैं, उससे ऊपर भी जा सकते हैं, उससे ऊपर भी जा सकते हैं. All good? Okay, thank you so much.